So my post-reading strategy was book charts, and book charts are something that can be used in a variety of different situations in the classroom. One main thing that it talked about in my section was different like group work or individual work. So for example, if you're working as a class, you can do where the entire class reads a certain book, and then they can make like an entire digital book chart for in front of the class, or you can also just make them do like little ones on paper, but they're all be about the same book. And then but each student will have the same book chart. But if you do like different group work, or if different students read different books, you can have like little groups of students, and what they can do is they can go into their particular groups and make a book chart depending on the book that they read or different books that they read in general. So what the main purpose of book charts are is they connect across, you can make connections across different books. So something I've seen about this, you can do different patterns of literature, identify conventions in different genres, you can deepen understanding, and you can recognize certain themes. And then you can also, with these, you can compare and contrast characters and different events from a text. So in the different section that I read, you can compare and contrast like the different themes of different books. So if like they're similar or different, so you just put them all in the chart, and then you can put like the author, the different problem that happened, the different theme, and then you can compare them and say like how this relates to similarity or how it's different. You can also do like different events and stuff. So if you're reading different books with your students, you can sit there and you can write down your the different events that happen in it, and again how it connects to the other books that you read. You can do this, like I said before, electronic or paper. If you want to print it out on paper, or if you want to have your students draw it, you can do that as well. Or you can put it up on like the board. Like if you have like a smart board or projector, you can do it in front of the class. If one of your discussions that you're doing is for the class discussion, you can put it up in front of them, so you can all work on it together. So with different books. And then another thing I saw, if you have different books that are about the same topic, so for example, in the section I read, it was about gorillas, you can just pick like a whole variety of different books about gorillas. I think there were like 5 or 6, and then what you do is you do like the different author about it, the main point about it, what it's covering, and then the connection at the end. So you can make connections back to other books about what's different, what's similar, the different things that you learned throughout the different books, and also what you learned in particular from that subject from just that one book rather than all of them together. So this is just a really good reading chart to make connections across the books. This is a good way for teachers to have their students be able to say, well, I learned this from this book, but I also learned it from this one, or I learned this from this book, but I learned something different from another. So it's a really good way to have this organized and laid out so your students can have a visual concept about making connections between different literature, genres, characters, and different events as well.